Hi everyone, I'm Karthik Lalitraj, Principal Solution Architect with Overopps. Today I'm going to go over an introduction to the Overopps Jenkins plugin. What is the Overopps Jenkins plugin? It gives you the ability to validate a Jenkins build as part of multiple phases, as part of the manual test phase and the automated test phase. As part of the manual test phase, Overopps acts as a final and critically important certification gate before the code hits production. It also gives you the ability to validate out-of-the-box scenarios that are brought about by manual testing. As part of the automated test phase, OverOps allows you to validate swallowed or uncaught exceptions that could be potentially missed by unit tests. OverOps also gives you the ability to use any of 6 quality gates. Now, there's a new error gate and resurfaced, which I use a lot. What's a new error gate? A new error gate detects any new errors in your build. That is basically if you have broken the build or introduced something new. The resurfaced error gate is when you have broken someone else's build. Now, it's very crucial for you not to break the build or for you not to break the build someone else's code as well. So, ideally, these should be minimal or as close to zero as possible. OverOps also allows you other gates, the total error gate, a unique error gate, the critical exception type gate, and finally the increasing error gate. For more information on these gates, please go to doc.overops.com/Jenkins. Now, let's look at a sample Jenkins pipeline. As part of this, you have multiple phases. Every customer has different, different phases in the pipeline, but overall, this is how a sample pipeline looks like. Now, today I'm going to talk about how OverOps fits in as part of the automated test phase, as part of JUnit, and also as part of manual test phase, um, as part of the final quality gate. This is how your Jenkins pipeline looks with OverOps as part of the JUnit phase, and again as part of the final quality gate. Okay, now let's look at a demo. Now there's 3 huge assumptions for the demo. The first is, for the purposes of the demo, I have simulated manual testing using a script. Usually this is done by a separate team. Also, the OverOps plugin has already been installed from the marketplace. It's a very simple install. The OverOps agent is already installed on the Jenkins server as well. Now, let's look at the installation and configuration. First, where do you find the Jenkins plugin? So if you go back to the Jenkins marketplace and search for the word OverOps, you will find the Jenkins plugin there. Now, in Jenkins, to configure the plugin, you go to Manage Jenkins, then you go to Configure System, and you need three different parameters. You need the OverOps URL, which is https://api.overops.com. You need the environment ID and the API token. To get the environment ID, go into OverOps, go to Installation Keys, and the environment ID is the letter S followed by 5 numbers. To get the key, go to your account, and now you will see the API token or the API key right there. You need to regenerate it if you're doing it for the very first time. Okay, now once you've done that, you can go here and click on Test Connection, and you should see the message connection successful. Okay, now you've configured the OverOps plugin. Let's go and configure the job itself, right? So let's take a sample job. In my example, the job is called Shopping Cart 3. Now to configure it, you can go to a post-build action and add the OverOps quality report, right? So the OverOps quality report is available as part of any post-build action. Now, once I've chosen that, I've chosen my required quality gates, right? What I've also done is I've set the application name and the deployment name to be the job name and the build number respectively. This is very, very important for reporting purposes. Now, the application name is Shopping Cart 3. The build number would be my current Jenkins build. I've specified my environment, and I also want to filter out log warnings. Now, OverOps reports log errors, log warnings, HTTP errors, and all exceptions. Now, for the purposes of this, I'm not looking at log warnings to be part of the count when I mark a build as unstable. So I filtered this out. Okay, and I obviously want to mark the build as unstable when one of the gates fail. Now, this concludes how you configure the OverOps quality report configuration. Now let's go into the job itself. Now, as part of this, I'm going to show you how you can use either automation frameworks Maven or Gradle. And as part of the demo, I'm going to show you Maven command line and Maven Surefire plugin, right? So let's look at Maven command line first. So as part of this, I have simulated my manual tests using the command line here. And to include OverOps, you need to specify the agent path. The agent path right here. And so that's our OverOps library. You need to specify the application name, which is right here. And then you need to specify the deployment name, which is the build number, right? So this configures OverOps for your tests itself using the Maven command line. If you would like to do it using the Maven Surefire plugin, you could do it using the Maven Surefire plugin. I've used the version 3.00-M3. You need to specify the org line as the same things, right? The agent, the deployment name, and the application name. Now let's see how this works. Now, when you've done this and you go back into a build, you will now see that OverOps will either pass or fail this build depending on what it finds. Now, in this case, OverOps has marked this build as unstable because a number of these quality gates were not met. Now, if you want to know why OverOps fails the build, you can click on one of these links, and it's actually going to take you to the OverOps automated root cause analysis screen, which gives you details, including the variables, why a certain error happened, right? It will give you the variable set right here. Now, I won't go into the details of OverOps, but going back here, you will see that this happened for the application name shopping cart 3 and the version 248. So if I go back into OverOps and I search for the application name shopping cart 3 and I search for the deployment 248, you should see that this information is also available in OverOps. Now, if I go back to my JUnit test that I ran using my Surefire plugin, you will see that I gave a different name for a specific reason. I call this shopping cart JUnit tests with a different version name. Let's see if this is available in OverOps. If I go back here, I clear the filters, and I choose shopping cart JUnit tests and deployment as version 4.6, you will see that this is also reported by OverOps. Right? Now, just to quickly summarize, to install the guide, go into the Jenkins Marketplace. So set it up. You could go, and the documentation is available again under doc.overops.com/Jenkins setup. And to go and configure the build automation framework either using Maven or Gradle, again, this documentation is available online. So that's all I had for today. Thank you for listening and hope you have a great day.